But if you're here rewatching, hello, this is my kitty. This is our little one. He was a stray, and he was abandoned by his mother, really, when he was quite young, and I don't know if she meant to leave him behind or not, but she did. And he was walking around for like 4 days crying before we finally got our hands on him by feeding him. And as you can see by that tail, he's pretty happy here. Just show everybody your butt. You gonna show me your pretty face? What are you sniffing? Oh, he's smelling the blanket. Show everybody your pretty face, little one. This is my little one. He looks. Open those peepers, bud. Yeah, open them peepers. There you go. There you go. You see yourself? Do you see yourself? He likes watching the phone. He likes cat TV on YouTube. He enjoys quite a bit. But I figured we'll talk to him for a little bit while he's here, and then we'll work on our crochet. Yeah, you gonna leave us already? Nobody's gonna get to meet you if you leave already. Oh, you're gonna lay down. Okay. I don't want him to fall. Hey, baby. He's one of the most loving cats. He's so, I keep telling my husband, because my husband hasn't really had cats, but I keep telling him he's so special. You're a very special boy. Yes, you are. Yeah. Just don't go crazy on me. Sometimes you do get a little crazy. You are a cat. It's okay. Oh, you get my other hand. Okay. Yeah. You got a little milk mustache. Yeah. You're precious. Arthur's down there with his treat. You lay back down? Okay. Just don't, Oh, hey, baby. It's okay. I love you. He's getting neutered in October. Hey. So we're excited. Hello. So we're excited for him to be our baby forever. Yes. You're laying right on my crochet. You know that, right? I was gonna work on that. I was gonna do my project, but I have a kitty cat on top of it. Can I have it? Can you have it? I don't want to disturb you, but I also kind of need that. So we're working on another crochet beaded bag today. Here we go. Except this one is blue and white. If we can slip it out from under the kitty cat. All right, can I see this foot? Thank you, there we go. Now, hold on, Arthur. Uh-oh, puppy dog's upset. Okay, here you go, puppy dog. Yeah, take your treat. There you go. He's got his doggy puzzle to work on. Yes, he is a black and white tuxedo kitty. But he was abandoned by his mother when he was like, I don't know, a couple months old. And his mom left, brought his sister away somewhere, and forgot him. And so he walked around crying for 4 days, and then he finally let us touch him because we were feeding him. I'm afraid he's gonna tap the screen. He likes watching the TV or watching the phone. And oh yes, baby, hold on. Let me get that string out from under you so it's not rubbing under you. Hold on. Hold on. I'm just trying to get. He also really likes my bead crochet, so sometimes he tries to grab it. He has grabbed it and ran through the house. So that was fun. Yes. Yes, but he's a happy boy, but his mom abandoned him. And so, anyway, he was very lonely. He literally meowed for 4 days, and then we meowed back at him, and then he let us touch him. And so ever since then, we had him outside, but it's just dangerous out there, and we're gonna get him neutered in October. That was the soonest we could do it. So anyway, he's been a good boy. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And my puppy dog's down there having his treats. Good morning, Shane. How are you doing? Thank you. Hi, Pam. Hi. Welcome. My kitty cat has kind of taken over. beginning of the stream here. But that's okay. I'm sure people wanted to meet you. Oh, don't fall off. Don't fall off. Hi. Hi, Blair. Hello. Hi. Welcome. Whacking me in the face. All right, cool. Ah! I knew something was going to happen. He knocked over the light. All right, you guys. Hold on 1 second. Let me retrieve it. Thankfully, I can just... Bam. There it is. Little one. It's okay, buddy. You didn't mean to. The cord, I think, hit his tail. So. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. did not mean for that to happen, but it's all good now. All right, so I'm trying to get the string. Where's the proper string? Here it is. Okay, where's it coming from? About here-ish. Okay, right here. All right, so we are about halfway into the bag. Let me unroll it. So this is what we're kind of looking like so far. I had a little problem where I had put 10 of the wrong color beads in, but I went and I changed them out, and so far so good. So fingers crossed that it will keep going well. My wrist has been bothering me, so I'm wearing a glove. I went to the garden to pick flowers this morning, and oh my goodness, my wrist. I was like, what's happening? But I was also like carrying a basket with things full of water, so I don't know. But just to be careful, I'm gonna wear this. And if it starts to hurt, I will do something else, like sew something together. All right, I hope this doesn't turn into a big knot as well. Let's see. It looks like a big knot, but it shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, it's really not. Okay. It's really not a giant knot. I am 32 years old. I just turned 32. In June. Alright, I'm not going to unravel too much of it because I don't want to retangle it. But because I had to take those like 10 beads and switch them out, I did have to frog it. So there's potential for knots, but hopefully it'll be okay. You are 20. Awesome. Kitty. Kitty's on his cat tree. That's perfect. I do wish I had named him something else, but instead of little one. But I didn't really know at the time when we started calling him that we were going to keep him because he was just a stray and we couldn't touch him. So anyway, his name is Little One, and that's just what it'll always be. Yes. But him and Arthur are getting along pretty well, which is good. They have their moments when the cat like tries to step on Arthur's back like it's a step stool. He doesn't like that. And I understand. So they're figuring each other out, but they get along pretty well. They're trying to play with each other too, which is cute. They'll chase each other around a little bit, but like in a playful way. I am married. I have been married for a little over a year, but we've been together for like 10 years. He comes in here sometimes. In the chat. Yeah, Arthur. And my dog's name is Arthur. He's named after the 90s cartoon. Oh, good. Go back to your other little thing. Good job. I need to sew a couple things. So if my wrist hurts, that's what I'm going to work on. I have some ends to weave in, and then I also have an animal to put together. So I could do that if I need to, because that will be with my right hand. So what else do I have to do? I need to work on some other projects too, some other animals and some other little things. They won't take that long. It's just I've been so into this. But I need to get them done, because if I get those done, I'll get paid for those. Those are like orders, so it would be nice. This is just technically for me, but if somebody wants one, I will make one kind of thing. But I'm gonna make a couple to sell as well. But since this is only my second one, I want to like perfect it. I'm still like figuring out what hook size I want to use. Hi, Manuela, how are hello. How are you doing? Hope you're well. I am working on my beaded bag again. So I'm like halfway-ish in there. About halfway done. This one's a little bigger than the last one because I changed my hook size. I gotta remember, I gotta look and see. I think I did like either 2.25 or 2.75 last time, and this time I went up to a 3.25. And I think I like it a little better, but I also think I could get a 3mm hook and find a happy medium. So I'm gonna try that. I've got one, should be here Saturday. So it was a cheap hook, so I hope I like it, but I'm trying them out there. I think they were Hobby Lobby hooks, yeah, but I'm not sure the brand name, but they're just like ergonomic crochet hooks. I got a 2mm and a 3mm because for whatever reason the kit I had did not have just like those sizes in it, so had like everything around it. Aw, good. I'm glad you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good too. I was a little tired this morning, but I am perking up a little bit now. Thankfully. I was like, oh no, I gotta stream in like an hour and I'm getting tired. But I got my coffee over here, so I'll be all right. Let's see. Here we go. I'm glad the pattern's still lining up well. It scared me to death when I saw those 10 beads that were out of place on here. It really did. I was like, oh no, what did I do? Because if you really mess up like your count really badly, it's really difficult to figure it out. But everything's still lining up, as you can see, so just let's hope it continues that way. But it should. Ooh, it's gonna rain tonight. It's still been very, very hot here. I did go to the garden this morning and I got some flowers and pick some for Grandma. So hopefully we will bring those to her soon. No, I'm married, unfortunately. Not unfortunately, but I guess unfortunately for you, but not unfortunately for me. But I am married, so I can't be anybody's girlfriend. I am a newlywed. I still consider myself a newlywed because it's only been a year and a month anyway. Not even a year and a month. I consider like newlyweds the first few years, but I don't know. I think like, you know, first 2 to 3. Let's see. Yeah, okay. I hear the birds out there. I wonder if the baby bird is still there. I forgot about the baby bird. I bet he's not because he was the last one in the nest, so I got a feeling he left. We always have baby birds on our front porch. It's covered and they always have nests in the corners every year since we've been here. And they did again this year and I didn't realize it till like the babies were grown, but then I only knew there were one in there and I'm pretty sure it left already. I was trying not to scare it. It's hard not to scare it when it's so close to the front door and you need to use that door though. But it's possible. Certainly possible. Hold on a second. Tissue. My nose is itchy. Oh. Good boy, Arthur. Did you finish it? Did you open all the doors? Did you open all the doors? Let's see. You did, I think. I think you got all the stuff out of your puzzle. Good job. All right. My cat's over there in the corner. I'm like, okay. Do your thing, kitty. As long as you're not hurting anything. He's been very good though. I did good with the litter box training and everything, so thank goodness. It took him like a few days to really, truly understand, but I brought leaves in from outside and put them in the box and he figured it out. How is everybody? Is anybody working on anything? love to know. I am trying to think. I need to make another cow, but I haven't. I just want to verify. They want like a lighter pink than that. I think they do, because it's for like a young. So I think they want a lighter pink. I need to also verify the age of the child and make sure that I can use safety eyes. I just realized that. I need to ask my husband, because he's the one who knows. You just finished the beacon shop. Ooh, that sounds pretty. I can't wait to see it. I'm sure you'll post a short about it. Ooh. I have made a shawl, but it was like a very basic shawl, and I don't think I made it large enough because I was getting frustrated with the, like, it had a weird shape to it, I guess. Like, instead of it having the sort of flat edge, it kind of had like a triangle, and so it didn't fit right, and so I just stopped making it because I knew that no matter what I did, it wasn't going to fit right because it was weirdly shaped. And I also realize now that I probably should have used not that yarn. Probably should do a different pattern and a different yarn next time, because I think that was like a lot of double crochets and it was like very dense. And I also used like an acrylic yarn, and I don't think I should have necessarily done that. I think a lighter weight yarn would like fall better, you know. Let me, I think I went through 2 loops instead of just 1. Because with bead crochet, generally you only go through 1 loop. I mean, if it's easier, I guess you could go through 2, but generally you go through just 1 loop. Is the back loop. Which is what I did when I first started crocheting anyway. I only went through 1 loop for like a good week or 2 of crochet. I didn't realize that you weren't supposed, or were supposed to go through both loops. I had no idea. And so, because I just had seen like making like the 2nd row of a video. I'd never seen like somebody do a 3rd row, so I didn't realize both loops were supposed to be used. So I have like a blanket somewhere where I did that, and I have like lines in it because I didn't realize. But I mean, some people do that on purpose, so. I think it's that blanket. Is it that blanket? It might be that blanket over there in the corner, but this one's not that way that I have on me. It's already uploaded. Oh, good. Yay. I haven't seen it yet, though. I don't think I'll have to look. But I hadn't clicked on the shorts and watched all through my subscriptions for my shorts yet. Not yesterday either, so. I will look at it. I wonder what Miss Angie's gonna do for her Is she still doing the AI challenge? I think she's still doing the AI challenge. I wonder what she's gonna do next. She does some cool stuff. She did, I think the sign was the last one she did, the yarn room sign, which was really cool. And she's so good with that AI stuff. Oh, thank you, Manuela. Yes, that's exactly right. And that was a while ago too, when I tried that. So, you know, I'd probably be better at it now than I was when I tried it the first time, you know? Because that was at least, it had to be last year. So, and I've only been crocheting for like 2 years or so anyway, so that's double the experience. Not that it's a lot, it's just double what I had at the time. So, guys, what are you doing? They're attacking me. Hey, Chris! My hippo and my cow just attacked me. I know they're like laying like this, but I can't really help it. Sit up there, little buddies. How are you doing, Miss Chris? How's that shoulder treating you? Treating you well? My hook was upside down. That wasn't gonna work. Can't use that end. It's not a double-ended hook. Although I've seen those, I think. And I'm like, what do you use a double-ended crochet hook for? I'm not really sure. I feel like it would annoy me. It would catch on things, but that's just... Hi, Sonia. Thank you. Thank you, Sonia. I appreciate that. Thank you. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Mac bought a toy for Arthur, and it's really a cat toy, but it's like huge. And anyway, but it's really tough, so it's fine for little Arthur. And anyway, the cat and the dog both love it. It's a giant carrot, and it's so funny, but they both love it. I was like, okay, if I find another one, I'm gonna get another one so they can both have one. Ah, no, the turtle fell. It fell on Arthur. Arthur, you good, buddy? Turtle, chill. You good? I'm sorry the turtle fell on you. I'm sorry. Shoulder is okay, but super sore. You started physical therapy. Oh, that's fun, I'm sure. I've watched my patients do their physical therapy a lot for their hips and everything else. I'm like, ooh, yeah, sometimes that's not fun. And then they're like, you know, do it when you get home and make sure you do it every day and do your exercises. And you're like, do I have to do them every day? Yes. And then you need to increase the amount you're doing. And if you don't show progress, they'll stop, you know, or whatever. Like, depending on what you're doing. Like, if you don't show certain progress with certain physical therapies, they'll, like, cut off your physical therapy. But then if you progress too much with physical therapy, they can also cut you off from physical therapy. It's kind of ridiculous. But that's, like, probably different from what you're dealing with, but still. Silly. Oh, yeah, you have been. That's why it hurts. Oh, you've been doing your exercises. Good. I'm glad, because it'll help. I know it hurt, but it'll help, of course. And I think if it's like muscles anyway, the more you do it, the more it kind of sort of helps a little, if that makes sense. Like if you work out super hard and you're super sore one day and you just sit in bed the entire next day because you're so sore, that's not really great. Like if you get up and move around a little bit, that's better because it helps. You know what I mean? I guess it's sort of like that. But yeah, I know I always have to remind my patient, are you doing your exercises? She says yes. I was like, okay. And I told my patient the other day, I was like, make me sit down, please. Make me take breaks because my feet are killing me when I get home from work. I have got to sit down. I don't sit down. I used to sit down and take breaks, but now I'm just like, get home. And I do not take any breaks and I do not sit down. And I need to just sit down for just like 5 minutes sometimes because it would really help my little feetsies. That and maybe some like insoles, perhaps. Well, this is going to get expensive. Oh yeah, Chris, I'm sure, right? I know you're like, oh, the surgery's not too bad, and then you're like, crap, I got to do like 24 rounds of physical therapy. Oh gosh. Oh, I know, I understand. Ooh. Well, good news is the rental house got pretty much cleaned out yesterday, so that is good. I think Arthur's scratching behind me. Trying to make him spot in the couch. What are you doing? Making you a spot in the couch? Do you want a blankie? Here's your blankie. Here's your blankie. Here you go. All right. But anyway, so they got the house pretty much cleaned, which is good. But it still needs to be painted, a new floor, and all that kind of stuff. And the yard has to be cleaned up because there's a bunch of crap in the yard. And I don't know. That's gonna be fun. But at least some of it is done. And my grandfather didn't have to do it, is the important part. Because he doesn't need to be doing all that. Yes. Because the sooner he can get some money in there, the sooner it can help pay for Grandma at the facility. So that's good. I mean, help. Because, you know, care facilities aren't cheap. But, anyway. Ah. What are you doing, baby boy? I wish they could have seen that. Yeah, you just emerged from the blanket. What are you doing? What's that? Okay. whatever. You're not doing anything. You're just looking over there in the corner. Go check it out, bud. Your toys are all over there on your bed. Yeah. So you want one. Crazy dog. Hey, Larry, how are you? Tell Grandpa I'm moving in. All right, Chris, it's a tiny house. I'm telling you. What is it? Is it 2 bedrooms? It's 2 bedrooms, but it's tiny. They literally have like 1 closet. It's so tiny. I would never, like, me and Mac, like, we're glad that that's not a potential place for me and him to live, because, like, I won't inherit that house because it, nope. Too small. Too freaking small. Even just for me and Mac, it would be too small. Like, it's a tiny house. But it was good for that little couple that lived there. And we do have somebody that kind of wants to move in, which is good. And hopefully they will. And it's a mother and her, like, disabled son. So they should be good tenants. And I think her son was in a car accident. And so we're not sure the extent of his disabilities. But the house isn't wheelchair like, you know, whatever, accessible, so I don't think it's that severe, like where he's in a wheelchair at least. So that's good, I guess. But hopefully they'll move in and they'll be good tenants for Grandpa. And there was somebody else that was interested, but I don't know. They might have wanted to move in a little sooner than Grandpa could get the house ready, because the house isn't going to be ready until like at least the 1st of August, because paint and flooring and stuff. But I'm cleaning the yard. There's literally a tractor tire in the yard with plants growing in the middle, because that was a planter, apparently. So anyway. My grandpa is so happy to get that out of the yard. Country people, you know. They'll make anything a planter. A country person, oh Lord. You see a bathtub in the front yard with plants in it. A tractor tire in the front yard with plants in it. You know, anything. I remember going to the mountains and seeing a ton of bathtubs with flowers in them. It was like the thing to do. Hey, Susan, how are you? Need to get some water. Actually, that's not water, but I will drink it anyway. Take the coffee. Probably should have put ice in there. I love these little dinosaurs. They're so cute. They're kind of frustrating to make, but they're so cute. The only reason I say they're like frustrating is because there's a part in the pattern where it literally says, do a couple stitches to get to the center. And if you don't like literally put it in exactly the right place, then the head like looks off to the side. So that's kind of annoying. But other than that, it's such a cute little pattern. I want to make more of them. I haven't made those in a long time. You're doing well. Good. I am too. I am doing pretty well today. A little sleepy, but other than that, I am hanging in there. Speaking of hanging, where did my cat go? There he is. Okay. He's in the bottom of his cat tree. Just checking. Didn't want him to go upstairs. I'm still debating on moving my craft room, you guys. I don't know. And I did get my second shelf. So I got my second cube shelf Tuesday afternoon. So I haven't put it together yet because my husband's going to do it for me, because that's what my husband is for, right? I mean, I put the last one together, but I don't know. He's going to put this one together. So anyway, or at least help me put it together, or I'll help him or something. I don't know. We're gonna do it. And I'm not sure, maybe once I get it put up, I'll decide if I want to move everything upstairs or not. I'm still debating on that, because now with the cat down here, I'm kind of thinking it might be a good idea to move my yarn and stuff upstairs, because he has gotten into my yarn at night once or twice. So he hasn't messed any up except for maybe one skein of Silky Soft. He might have messed that up a little bit, but I'm just concerned. I put some little like cube drawer things in the bottom to hold my like crochet thread so that he wouldn't get that, but I don't want to put those in all of them because I like to be able to see my yarn, so I just need to figure it out. And I don't know if I'm going to put them side by side or in the corner. Probably side by side. I eventually may stack them on top of each other, but I'm going to wait till I get 4 to do that. If I ever need 4. I say that like, yeah, I'm definitely going to get 4 and fill them all up. I don't know about that. I'm afraid I'm going to fill up the second one as soon as I take all my yarn out of my tote bag, though. And then I might be like, dang it, I need a 3rd one. But we'll see. At least I'll have a home for that yarn that's in the tote that like my grandmother gave me and stuff. Or I might keep that in the tote and then put everything else that's not in the tote in there. I don't know. We'll see. Either way, I'm excited about it because I have all those new yarns from Premiere that I can put in there and they're gonna look so pretty. Because I got all different shades of different colors. I think I pretty much got a rainbow. Alright, good. Still lining up. Where's it, Boogie Butt? I don't see anything. Arthur's looking around like there was something out there. I think my order from Hobby Lobby is coming on Saturday, which has my glow-in-the-dark beads for my next bag. And then my new hook to try making the bag too. And then, I don't remember what else. Oh, I got a purple acrylic that I needed to make something. So, hopefully that'll come Saturday. It's supposed to, but it went through Texas, so I'm kind of worried that it's not going to be here on Saturday because everything going on down there, bless their hearts. So, I was like, oh, it went to Texas. That's not good. But it could be in a different part of Texas. But either way, bless them. So bad. Come on. I'm trying to just get 1 loop, not 2. There we go. Got it. I'm trying to think. I still need to put together that dinosaur. I'm not sure what, can't remember what kind of dinosaur it is. It's not that. It's not a T-Rex. It's something else. Arthur, are you okay over here? Okay. But yeah, the garden's doing really good. Oh my gosh, the pumpkins are huge. They grew so fast. I mean, not the actual pumpkins, the plants. They're huge. They grew so fast and the leaves are massive. And some of the pumpkins are supposed to be really big. So I'm excited because the way the plants look, oh my goodness. Flowers. So I'm expecting giant. As long as it keeps raining and stuff, but not too much. I gotta go back later and look at the cucumbers and the cantaloupes and the watermelons. There's probably some ready. I'm not very good at picking watermelons though. It's hard to tell when they're ripe for me. I know you listen to them and thump them or whatever, but I don't know what I'm listening for, to be honest. I know it's like hollow or something. I don't know. Hollow sound. I mean, do I do it in an attempt? Yeah, but I've yet to get a really good watermelon with that method. Hello, Luca. Let's see. Put this down here. Oh, me. Oh, where's my other cupcake? I think it's over there. I made another cupcake, and I still want to make them in rainbow colors. That's one reason I got some more purple yarn. Because I think they'd be cute for like a market table. Come on. There we go. I was gonna do like POV today, like with my neck tripod, but I literally do not have it. It's in my husband's car, so oops. Oh well, I'll do it another time. Because bead crochet is kind of fun to watch, like up close. But since I don't have my little neck device, I can't do it. Thought I saw something move. I have a new cat's foot. I'm trying to think. There's something else. Or maybe that's, I don't know. We've had a lot of flooding here too, but it hasn't been nearly as bad. It's just been like a lot of inconvenient flooding for people, not, and like losing their houses, not losing their lives, thankfully. But hopefully we don't get too much rain today and tomorrow. There was so much mud in this parking lot. I was like, how are they gonna get that out unless it like rains? And my husband was like, they don't want more rain. And I was like, no, I guess they don't. But like, how do they get the mud out? It was just full of like clay mud. Hi! Hi! What is your name, Alex? What is your name? Because I don't know your name. What to call you? Aw, thank you. Thank you. You're knitting a huge tote that you plan on felting. You finished the front already and you're working on the back right now. Ooh, cool. Lexi. Okay, there we go. Thank you. Now I know. I was gonna say so I'm working on this beaded bag right now that's like this, except it's blue instead of like the multicolored here. But I haven't lined that one yet because I've never lined a bag. So I want to line like this little tote bag before I line that, because I feel like it'll help me like practice lining this one. But who knows? You can tell I like this yarn. I only made a blanket and a tote bag and out of it. But I don't know. I think it'll help me like grasp it. And I'd rather screw up the tote bag than the beaded bag. So, good morning, Rita. How are you doing? And Lexi, if I didn't ask you, how are you doing? I always intend to ask everyone, but on occasion I get confused. Or not confused, distracted, and do not. But yeah, I hope that I can line them. I got some fabric. I just need to watch the little tutorial about lining the beaded bag, and then maybe I'll go for it. But I'm just nervous because I don't want to screw it up. I want it to look nice. Which I can hand sew just fine, so I don't know why I'm so nervous, but I just I guess because I can also hand sew crooked sometimes, so that's I guess what makes me a little nervy. But I guess I could take like a fabric pen or whatever, not a pen, pencil, you know what I'm talking about, the white pencils. I guess I could draw like a straight line on the fabric to help me like sew it straight. That's a thought. Oh, you're good. Thank you, Rita. Thank you. I'm glad you're doing good. Oh, we're all white. Oh my gosh, I bet. That's like going on a little vacation. And when you come home, my husband and I always say, like, you come home from vacation, you like need another vacation. You're tired, right? Oh my gosh, I bet you guys are tired. and being outside and in the sun. It's oh yeah, all that just makes you more tired. Arthur just plopped into me. Yeah, you just plopped your little buns into me. But they ain't lying. It's on the inside. This is true, Susan. This is true. It will be on the inside. This is true. And this one I'm not gonna sell, so like I don't know why I'm terribly worried about it. It's gonna be mine. I guess I wasn't thinking about that. I'm thinking about it the wrong way. You know, you're right. Because that's very true. And it's gonna be mine. And it's the first one. So I'm hoping, you know, by the second or third, then I'll be able to like really do it and I'll be able to sell them. Because I'm still figuring out what hook size I want to use. Because the pattern says use a 1mm hook, and my tension is just too tight for that. I tried it and it would never uncurl. Like it was just so tight, it would never uncurl. Because these beads are pretty thick, and it could also be that my brand of beads could be a little bit thicker than hers, even though they're supposed to be 6/0 beads. So I went all the way up to a 3.25mm hook, and this one's so much like looser and just feels better. But yet they're still touching. The beads are all still touching, but yet it's so much like looser than this first one. So I think somewhere in between the two hook sizes that I used, I ordered one and I'm gonna use that next time, and I think I'll be good, and then I'll be able to like really make them if I want to sell a couple of them. Try to sell a couple of them, because they're not going to be super cheap, that's for sure. They take a while, and materials aren't super cheap, which I'm figuring out ways to get cheaper beads that are still nice beads though. As long as they're like the really nice glass beads I've found. I don't like the like painted beads. They have like coatings on the outside, and then once that coating rubs off, they're just white. And that's no fun. But these are like transparent beads. They're like all the way through glass, dyed or whatever. So, which sometimes you can get these transparent ones, and they're also just have a coating of color on them too. But thankfully, this brand doesn't do that. So, but the color options are kind of limited is the only thing. I thought this blue was lighter than it is when I ordered it, to be honest, but because I ordered it online, but it's still very pretty. It's even prettier outside in the sun. MJ's here. Hello, how are you? But yeah, I like that. It's on the inside, so it really doesn't matter as much as I'm thinking it does it? As long as it's not like poking out, I think I'll be alright. Or pulling it in a weird way, you know. Too tight or too big, it'll be fine. Oh me. Oh my. Let's see. There we go. We still lining up? Sometimes I have to unroll it and check to make sure, because I didn't last time, and that's how I had the error in it that I had to fix. But so far, so good. I wonder how much. I know this one is like roughly an inch longer than this bag because I changed the hook size. But I wonder if it. I assume it's going to be this. Well, is it going to be taller too? That would be cool if it's also taller. Because that one is kind of small. Like it fits my phone and like a small wallet and a couple other little things, but that's it. Aw, you just woke up from a nap. Aw. You daughter. Oh, what I thought was a set of crochet hooks on team, it turns out they're all the same size. Oh no. That's awful. So basically you bought like crochet hooks to teach a class is what you bought. Hi, Ms. Rivera. Welcome. How are you doing? Oh my gosh, there's 12 of them, right? Yeah, so yeah, you got enough to teach a little class, don't you? Pass out at a meeting or something. Oh, thank you, Miss Rivera. I appreciate it. I'm almost halfway done with my little bag, my second little bag, and my beads are coming on Saturday, hopefully, for the next one. So I'm excited. And then I need to work on a couple other projects. I need to like, I don't know, I may have to literally make myself a schedule to be like, all right, from these hours to this hours, work on this project, and from this hour to this hour, you need to work on this project, because there's like 2 or 3 other things I'd really like to work on. Um, but this is just, it's so fun and addicting. Every time I run out of beads, I'm like, gotta string more, gotta string more. Aw, that's right. It is your Friday, isn't it? I'm glad. I know it's hard going back after time off, so I'm glad you get your little weekend now. Aw, thank you. I didn't even realize you guys could see it until MJ told me the other day. I showed her, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I saw it," and I was like, "Oh, you? I didn't even know if you guys could actually see it or not." It's a ColourPop body glitter. It's so pretty. It's called Disco Lady. There's another one though that has stars in it that I really want. And then they have a set that's on sale right now, and it's like originally like 40. It's 9-piece set, and it's only $25, and I'm like, oh, I really want it, but I don't know if I'm gonna get it yet. I'm trying to debate, like, because there's a ColourPop palette that I kind of want, but at the same time, I just got the Juvia's Place palette that has like almost all the colors in it to do the rainbows, and so I don't know if I should get another rainbow palette right now, but they're all having sales and free shipping right now, and so it's very tempting. Aw, good. Thinking about leaving Hook there in different places. Oh, there you go. You could. You totally could. That would be kind of. That would be kind of cool, actually. You could make like. You could also like if there was like a yarn color you really didn't like or something, or just something you're not gonna use. You could almost like put it with some yarn and leave a little note and be like, "Here you go. Time to start your journey. Did you find this? It's your time. Time to learn to crochet, person." Aw. Yes, stars. I know. I think they're like they're either hollow or iridescent stars. And I'm like, ooh, because this one's like iridescent. It's like green and blue and orange, and I wish there was some on a different part of my body I could see. Green and purple and orange and blue. I don't know. It's got a lot of colors and it's really pretty. Um, and I've just kind of been in. Life's too freaking short at this point to not do what I want to do, and I always have kind of been that way anyway. But at this point, life's too short, and if I want to be glittery, darn it, I'm gonna be glittery, okay? And it's pretty transfer resistant too. Like it doesn't come off easily. It pretty much stays where you put it. And you can get like really budge proof glitters too, but this one pretty much stays. But it comes off in the shower pretty easy. But and with like a makeup wipe or whatever, and tape also works. But and they also say, just fun facts, they also say that women that wear body glitter that have bad things happen to them, sometimes you can identify the assailant because they can trace your body glitter back to them because you leave body glitter on them. I mean, it makes sense because they literally can. They can literally take like one flake of glitter and be like, "Oh, it was cut this way. Oh, they cut theirs the same way. It's made from ColourPop or whoever." And then you wore ColourPop glitter. You wore this one. This is the one they found. You know what I'm saying? It's literally a thing. But that's not why I do it. Okay. But just fun fact. But anyway, I just think life's too short. So I'm gonna wear glitter if I want to wear glitter. My dad the other day was like, "You got glitter." I was like, "Yeah, I know." I'm aware. Thank you, though. That is right. It is. It's too short. Just do what you want to do as long as you're not hurting nobody else. Can't hit this send button without wanting to. If you want to shine like a star, shine like a star. That's right. I've always been into the shiny things and the highlighters and all the things, so It only makes sense, right? And now I'm a grown-up who can afford nice glitters, so. Oh, I mean, I saw this glitter palette the other day. It was like $140. I was like, holy moly, it's a glitter palette. But then I was like, oh, it is like a rainbow glitter palette that has like, I don't know, like 16 different colors in it. And then it's also like really supposed to be really budge proof and all this stuff. But I was like, holy crap. And it's a small business and all that stuff. So I was like, oh, okay. But I was like, wow. I just didn't expect it to be that much. But then I saw one of their shorts about people, like how people were complaining about it or whatever. And but anyway, I'm sure it would last you forever if it didn't dry out on you. And the ColourPop ones come with like a little lid that you keep on to help them stay nice. I mean, I've only had mine for a little bit, but it's not super wet of a formula, so I don't think it would dry out too quick, especially if you keep your little thing on there. All right, but yeah, I don't know. It's just pretty and I like it. And you know what, people I can still sort of get away with it because some people don't know how old I am either, so you know, they just think I'm like a silly teenager covered in glitter or something. It's like, oh, she's just doing young people things, it's fine. Hi. How's Arthur and Kitty? They are good. Arthur and Kitty are very good. Arthur is snuggled up right beside me over here. See, where's little Arthur? Arthur, hold on. He's right here. And let's see, little one is over there in his cat tree on the bottom layer. He was actually here earlier. So anybody that wants to see little one can go to the beginning of the stream and you will see the kitty. He was here for a couple minutes. Yes, he was hanging out with us. He got to meet whoever was here at the very beginning and got his little cuddles in. It was very sweet. He kept laying on me and laying on the crochet. He loves the bead crochet. One time, oh, I've never told you this, Miss Rivera. I told MJ. I think she's the only one that, and whoever was here earlier when I said it. But one day, I had my bead. So I usually keep my bead crochet in like a bucket or something because it like keeps the beads from tangling and going everywhere or whatever. And so I had it in a bucket, and the cat saw the string. And the cat at first, anyway, hasn't done it in a few weeks, but the cat at first was very into the beads on the string. I don't know what it was, but really, every time he'd see it, he would bite it and pick it up and try to walk away with it. He apparently did that one night. He picked it up, he grabbed it, and he ran across the entire like bottom level of the house with it. So it went from the living room to the dining room to the kitchen to the laundry room to the hallway and back again. And I was like, oh my. So I had to walk through the house and wind. I mean, it was fine. He didn't break it somehow, but I had to walk back through the house and wind it up. I was like, little one. Because when he picked it up, I was like, no. And then I guess that scared him. And so he ran and he just took off with it. And he's gotten into a couple pieces of yarn at night. He's gone into my shelf and gotten a couple things. Thankfully, he doesn't stay interested in them, it seems like, because he's never like chewed into it or done anything where I'm nervous he's gonna eat string. He'll play with it, bat it around on the floor for a little bit, and then put it, like, doesn't care about it. He mostly just wants to slide it around on the floor. So anyway, I did get some little, like the cube drawer things that you put in there, and I put that with my like thin thread so that he can't get into that unless he opens the drawer, which I know he can, but he hasn't figured that out yet. So if he does, I'll like baby proof it or something. But yeah, thank you, Miss Rivera. I appreciate that. Thank you. Unfortunately, I don't have WhatsApp, and I don't know how old you are or anything, and I don't want anybody sharing their like personal information anyway. So, I just want everybody to be safe. If you have your own channel and you post your own stuff, that's different. But I don't want anybody to like share their personal information on my channel. Yeah. Because I think WhatsApp is like, that's like a phone number kind of situation. So you wouldn't want to like give out your phone number basically. But yeah. Anywhoosies, we, what are you, he's sleeping. I gotta weave in the ends on my cardigan. I was gonna wear my rainbow cardigan again today just because I was streaming or whatever, and it like attracts things because it's bright and pretty. And anyway, I forgot it's in the back of my dad's car, so I've got to get it later. I was like, oh crap, I totally left it when I went with you the other day to help you, didn't I? Yep. So anyway, my poor rainbow cardigan is not with me, but it will be back. But I got my black and white one here. I just need to weave in a couple ends on it, and then I can wear it. I haven't worn it yet because I haven't weaved the ends in on it yet. He's good, Mr. Bear. He's doing good. He went to the doctor yesterday and got his clearance. But what he didn't realize is he actually has 6 more weeks of like light duty. So still no like lifting heavy things and stuff like that. He just needs to slowly get back over those 6 weeks to the way he was. So I'll still have to help him with some stuff, but that's all right. Like the other day I went over and he was like, I need help getting the cat food into the car at the store. And then I need help because he buys like giant bags because they take care of the stray cats. And so he's like, I need help with that. And then I need help getting it to the building when I get here. And I was like, oh, okay. And so I came and helped him get it out of the car and helped him bring it to the thing. And then I lifted it by myself and put it in the building. He was like, oh, well, you didn't need my help. I was like, oh, well, yeah, I could have done it by myself, but it was good for him to lift it a little. But yeah, he is. He's doing better. I think sneezes are getting slightly less painful, so that's good. And I picked some flowers for Grandma this morning, and hopefully either today or tomorrow they will bring them to her. If they don't do it till tomorrow, I'll pick her some fresh ones. But even though the zinnias last a long time, but still. Anyway, and apparently my dad asked my uncle yesterday, how do you like your moose? And he said, oh, I love it. And she even named it for me and everything. And that made me feel good. I was like, aw. So I was glad he likes his moose so much. Yeah, I was happy to hear that. And I was like, I know I don't normally name things because I'm terrible at naming the little creatures. However, that one, he got a name. Yes, and Grandma's doing okay. I talked to Grandpa yesterday and he said that she had eaten a good dinner the night before, and I was glad. Because I had been told she hadn't been eating as good. So I was glad that she had eaten a good dinner. And I had stopped to talk to him on my way to work yesterday. And bless his heart, the first thing I told my grandpa when I saw him, because I hadn't seen him since the whole rental house thing happened, I was like, I'm so sorry they did that to you. You've been so good to them for so many years. I'm so sorry they did that to you. He, of course, didn't say a whole lot about that, but he, you know, he knows. I just wanted to make sure he knew that I knew that that wasn't right and that somebody else did it anyway. I don't know if somebody just called me or what just happened. My phone flickered, it looked like. Yes, I am. I'm so glad he is doing better. Aw, I'm creeped out. I can't watch horror movies. Me either, MJ. Oh my gosh. I used to love horror movies. Like when I was in like high school, I was into the Saw, the Final Destination, all that stuff. I loved all those movies. And I still kind of like scary movies and I do enjoy them, but I can't, and I used to watch stuff there's just no way I could watch nowadays. Like scientific, like study things where they like are surgeries, real surgeries, things like that. I used to be able to watch stuff like that. Nope, don't show me that. Nope. Cannot do that anymore. I don't know what happened to me when I got older, but nope. I'm more sensitive now. I cannot do that. It physically pains me to see that now. I'm like, no. But back then, yeah, I could watch and do anything. I don't understand. But I did. I loved all those movies. I still haven't seen like the newer Final Destination movies. I think I stopped at like 5 or something. I just haven't seen, or 6 or something. I don't know. Because I remember watching those with my friends in school. We would hang out on like Friday and Saturday nights and watch horror movies and spend the night and stuff. We'd invite our guy and girlfriends or whatever over, and they would hang out, and then they'd leave, and then we'd spend the night and hang out and stuff. I remember one time we were doing that, and one of the guys scared my friend whose house it was, like went up behind her and scared her. Ooh, she got so mad. She was like, don't you ever do that again. Because she was really freaked out by the movie. He never did that again. He did get invited back, but he did never do that again. He learned his lesson. You can watch surgeries and stuff and love Final Destination movies, but Annabelle, Insidious, Conjuring, I get freaked out. Yeah, it is different when there's things like that. I would agree with that, yeah. I think I could still be fine with watching like the Final Destination and the Saw movies and stuff, but I don't know. Some stuff does like give me the heebies. And there's certain things I wouldn't want to watch, like if I was like by myself and it was nighttime, just in case, you know. It gives me the heebie-jeebies. Because I remember being a little kid, and I think it was the end of Carrie or something that I had seen, and I saw a lot of scary movies when I was a kid, and I don't really understand why, other than we didn't have cable, so we only had a couple channels, and that was just what was on. But I saw the end of Carrie, and like I think it's Carrie, and the hand reaching up out of the grave, and I had a nightmare. Ooh, I remember waking up and screaming. And then also, I remember watching The Shining as a child, which is really weird. Like a really young child, but it was on like PBS or something. I don't remember. CBS, PBS, I don't know, something. And they played it, and they played it like more than one night in a row for some reason. Or they played like half of it and then the other half. I don't know, something. And I was so young, and my dad let me watch that. I don't think he realized what it was or something, but that was scary. And then I grew up and I was like, what is that movie with the hotel with the guy and the thing and the tank and the da da da? And then they were like, that's The Shining. And I was like, what? I watched that when I was like 6. I was like, wait, what? That's supposed to be one of like the scariest movies. And I watched it when I was like 6, huh? But yet my dad wouldn't let me watch Barney. So, you know, make that make sense, right? He wasn't a bad. He's not bad. He's not a bad dad at all. He's a great dad. It's just funny because he didn't like Barney because all the other kids my age were like, Barney, 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 Barney. And he didn't want me to be like that. So he didn't like me to watch Barney. But little does he know, when he would go to work, I watched Barney. I didn't know I wasn't supposed to watch Barney. Nobody told me that. He just apparently didn't want me to watch it when he was around because he didn't want me to be like obsessed with Barney. But anyway. And I wasn't, so he let me have one Barney toy because that was like, he was like, she can have one. And so I had only ever had one Barney, and that's the only reason I know this is because when I was going through old stuff one day and I showed him the Barney, he was like, yeah, that's the one Barney. I was like, oh my gosh. But yeah, I totally watched it when he was at work because I was like confused when he told me that. I was like, really? Because I watched it. I was like, I didn't know I wasn't supposed to be watching it. I mean, I guess he wasn't like strict about it, obviously. But just funny. I think he just didn't want me to do it from like a little, you know, be like one of those 3-year-olds constantly, Barney, Barney, Barney. But then once I got a little older, he was like, whatever. And there wasn't, like, again, there wasn't much on, so like I kind of watched what I could watch. PBS was the closest thing to a kids channel there was, you know, so that's what I watched during the day a lot of times was PBS. Oh, Mickey Mouse Club. Oh, I remember seeing that when I would go to my friends' houses and stuff. And then they would have, on Saturday mornings, they would have on ABC, they would have Disney shows. They'd play like Recess, and well, that was when I was really little, like Recess and those cartoons and stuff. And then when I got older, it would be like Hannah Montana and stuff. But they only played like maybe 2 or 3 seasons worth of episodes. It was like the same episodes over and over and over, pretty much. And so after like 4 years of watching the same episodes, I kind of stopped watching and also grew out of it a little bit too. But it would be like Zach and Cody, and those would be all the same episodes. And but at least we got something, you know, the kids that didn't have cable, at least we got to watch Disney Channel for like 4 hours on Saturday morning, you know. But I just lived too far out in the country to get cable. Now we could have gotten satellite. My parents and us, we still don't have cable, but we have plenty of streaming services, so it's not a thing, not a big deal anymore. But back then it was dial up and antenna TV. And we had dial up until I was graduated from high school, after I graduated from high school, which most people had other internet sources by then, but we did not because where we lived at. So, anywhoosies, I got Wi-Fi like when I was in college, I think. I know, I miss all those shows too. I know. Sometimes I want to sit and watch some of those, like Recess. I haven't seen that in so long. And once in a while, I'll like think of something and I'll YouTube it and find it. Like there were these games I used to play, like Jumpstart First Grade or whatever. I'll search those and watch people play those because that brings back so many memories. Or Freddy the Fish or whatever, some of those games. I loved those. And what else? But like, oh, Sabrina the Teenage Witch was like my show though. And I watch that like anytime, any place, any day. Put on Sabrina, I will watch it. Because I love that show. I've seen every episode probably multiple times, except for the last season. I haven't seen it as many times. But I love Sabrina the Teenage Witch. That's my favorite. Oh, Rugrats. Yes, I remember watching Rugrats. Hi, Pets World. Yes, Rugrats. I remember watching Rugrats when I would go to my grandma's house. Me and my cousin would watch Rugrats together. I totally remember watching Rugrats. I still remember the little da-da, the song and stuff. Aw, be safe, Miss MJ. Watch Young Sheldon 4 times. Oh my gosh. Pets World. Oh my goodness. That would be like my husband with Breaking Bad. My husband's favorite show is Breaking Bad. So he would say that he's not allowed to watch it. That is not the truth. The truth is, I tell him it's a bad idea because I know my husband and he has no self-control when it comes to that show. So he would stay up for 24 hours watching it and then go to work. You know what I'm saying? So one day when he's on vacation or whatever, he can watch it again. But I feel like if he starts the series, he will not sleep if he starts that series again because he loves it so much. Because he does that with other series. He'll like stay up, oh, just one more, you know. And I'm like, okay, you know. And then sometimes I'm like, no, you gotta go to bed. Come on. But with that show, he would totally stay up and watch it. So he's like, he knows he can. But he loves it. Breaking Bad is his show, which is hilarious because Mac is like so clean cut, you know, but so straight edge, I guess. Just say the only thing he has ever done in his life is drink. He's never smoked. He's never done anything. He'll drink a beer and that's it. But he loves that show. Oh, good, Miss Rivera. Woohoo! It's your weekend. Get it. I'm glad it's your weekend. Yes, and I'm glad he's like that too because I don't have to worry about him. Like my little innocent man. Preparing for emergencies. Wonderful. The news is on. I was just reading the headline. Jesus. There was a truck in a tree. Pretty sure it just got moved there by water though, so it's okay. Don't think anyone was inside of the truck. Ooh, you have summer break. Oh, good. It is a good show. It is a good show. I like Breaking Bad too. Don't get me wrong. I was the same way when I watched Breaking Bad. I stayed up much later than I should have been watching that show too to finish it. But I just know my husband will be so tired if he tries to watch that show. Like I said, he knows it too. That's the only reason he does it, because he totally would do it. But like, he knows himself well, and he knows that he's just, nope, it's not a good idea. But he has, oh, I have this lamp that I bought him because he loves that show. It's really cool. It's like a, I forget what it's not a beaker, whatever the chemistry thing is with the round ball at the bottom, the glass tube thing, you know what I'm talking about? But it's full of like blue crystals to look like, you know, whatever from the show. And then it has the lampshade as like the drawing of Heisenberg with the words Heisenberg on it. It's really cool. But it looks like it has like blue crystals inside of it. It's neat. Because I used to always get him Breaking Bad stuff for Christmas when we were dating. Let's go by the Annoying Brothers. Oh, aha, Pets World. I see. That makes sense. Oh, Criminal Minds. I loved Criminal Minds. I had a cat named after Spencer Reed. And oh my God, I loved that show. Loved that show. I like Prentice. Of course, you know, what is her name? Penelope. You know, I loved Penelope. And of course, I loved Spencer. And I loved everybody, and I liked Prentice. They were probably my favorites. And anyway, I loved that show. I watched that all through high school so much. And then we even watched it in psychology class, which I think is hilarious that our teacher was like, yes, let's watch Criminal Minds for your psychology class today. And that's literally what we would do in class that day. He was the principal, so he could do whatever he wanted, I guess. But I loved it. I want to kind of see if, I think there's, like, I don't know. There's some I still haven't seen, but I'll be honest. When some people left the show, I was kind of like, I don't know anymore. But there's like a new one, but I don't think he's in it. Spencer's not in it, though. I think Prentice might be in it. Hi, Vima. How are you? Hi, Winsome. How are you guys? Grandparents were here today because your parents and brother were at the hospital for his year, so he can get hearing aids. Aww. Morgan. Yep, Morgan. He is. He is a very good-looking man. You cannot deny. He is a extremely good-looking man. I'm trying to think who else. And then obviously, what was his name? The boss. Was it an H word? I forget the boss's name right now, the man. And for some reason I'm JJ, the blonde. And some of the when they replace some people, I forget their names, but oh, I would be so mad when they would like kill Spencer's love interest and break his heart. Oh, just broke my heart. Oh, bless his heart, Pets World. Yes, he was. Oh, you're sad, Winsome. I'm sorry. Hope you feel better. I'm doing all right. I've been a little sleepy-deepy, but I'm doing all right other than that. Thought I had a crisis with my bag, but the crisis was averted. And so far, the pattern looks pretty good. If I can... It's upside down, but that doesn't matter. Oh, there we go. I know. We don't want Winsome to be sad. So bad when they took Gideon off. I know. I forgot about Gideon. Yes, I know. Hotch. Is that his name? Hotch, the boss? I think something like that. But yeah, I remember I didn't like that either because I liked Gideon too. And Gideon and Reed were close. And that was like kind of sad for him too. They were so mean to Spencer. Gosh. They just took all his people away. Hodge, yes, I said Hodge. Yeah, I was thinking Hodge, yeah. I think it's something like that, right? Yeah. And then I can't even remember like what his first name was, but and then That's about it, right, for the original cast. I think Morgan and Hodge and JJ and Penelope and Spencer and Prentice. Yeah, I think that's pretty much the original. And then what's his name? No, because Gideon was there, not the other guy, the other older guy. See, we love you, Winsome. Because Winsome is a sweetie, Arthur. She is. Yeah. Arthur's just listening. No, you want to watch it? I know, me too. I'm kind of tempted to watch some after this, maybe. What time is it? 30. I'm gonna have to check something out. I'm gonna have to look around, see what I can find. I know they have the new, like, what is it, like Evolution or something? Criminal Minds, the Evolution or something. I don't know, something like that. But I kind of want to watch the old ones. It's been so long that I feel like they would be new again, sort of. Most of them. Which I'm like that sometimes with Sabrina, but then I'm always like, oh, I remember this episode after a little while. But man, I love Sabrina. I wanted to be Sabrina. That's like the only show I've never wanted to see the behind the scenes of because it'll ruin the magic. Everything else I'm always like, yes, I would love to see. Like, I like DVDs when they used to have like the behind the scenes stuff. I always watched all of that for movies that I really enjoyed. I would even listen to commentary sometime. I was that person. But if it, like Twilight movies, I would listen to the commentary because I really enjoyed it if it was by the actors or whatever. But where's it going with that? I don't really remember where I was going with that. Anyway. Aw, Winsome, I'm sorry. That's not nice of them, if I'm understanding right. That's not very nice. I'm sorry for them to do that to you. I understand that is disappointing. I had to realize one time that these people that I thought were like trying to be friendly, like they're my family members first of all, but I thought they were trying to be like friendly with me and like, you know, friends. And they would say like, hey, you know, whatever. And then they asked me to do them a favor. And so I did them a favor. And then I reached out and I was like, would tell them happy birthday and like things on their birthday and was trying to be like friendly back, right? And then all of a sudden, they would be like, hi, back out of the blue. And I'd be like, oh, great, they're saying hi again. And it would turn out all they wanted was something from me. And every time they ever reached out to me, all they wanted was something from me. And I was like, are you serious? And I had to finally realize that that's all that they wanted was just to get something from me, use me in some manner, make me watch their children, or, you know, something, get something. They needed something, or anyway. And so I finally just gave up. I was like, you know what? If all you want to do is use me and you never even want to say hello to me when you see me at the store or anything, like, that's not okay, you know? I'm sorry they're doing that, though. That's awful. I feel you on people being weird about things sometimes, or, you know, I don't know. People just can be strange. But I'm sorry, because you're a sweet girl. But sometimes it's hard to accept that people just want something from you or whatever, you know, or want to upset you or whatever it may be, you know. Because it was harder for me to get over that because they're also family. So I thought, well, no, they're just trying to be nice. And then my husband was like, no, honey, they're just using you. And I was like, you know, after a while, I was like, you know, you're right. So, not the case for me. I'm sorry that happened to you with us. Yeah, no, I know it's not the same for you, Winsome, but I kind of sort of can relate it in a way because I understand disappointment in people, if that makes sense. Disappointment, yeah. But yeah, it's you know, people can be kind of interesting. Because I try to give people the benefit of the doubt. And I usually do. So glad this hasn't tangled up into knot gate. Rita. I know. It does, it sucks. Because you're trying to be nice and then you feel silly, right? Because you're being nice and then you're like, well, dang, I feel stupid now. But you know what? It's all right. I just had to learn it, and I have told myself if they ever say anything else to me, if they say, well, hey, or something, I'll go, well, hey, and then I'll say, well, did you need anything? And they'll say, well, no, and I'll say, well, I didn't know, because usually when you say hello, you need something. You know, and that'll just be my as nice as I can response. Well, I just making sure, because usually you did need something, so I was just checking, you know. Oh, me. But anyway, my little sassy response, but in a nice manner. And I'm sure they'll be like, what? And then they'll think about it, and then they'll be like, oh. You know, well, you hope they think about it, but you never know, right? Because some people just don't care enough. Aw, you're fine, Winsome. I'm so sorry you're not feeling well, Winsome. I still don't know if I completely understand what's going on. I feel like I missed a message, but I'm so sorry, Winsome. Definitely know that I'm here for you, and you can always message me if you would like, and that I have definitely been very, very, very low in my life as well, and so I understand that things can be really tough and with all kinds of things in life. So just know that I'm here if you need me. My hubby here. I missed him. Hey, honey, I hope you're not melting to death. I know it's humid and hot out there. He's, poor thing, it's been so hot. He went through, like, I forgot if he said 4 or 6 shirts the other day at work. I was like, okay, holy crap. Didn't know you had that many shirts at work, man. I don't know what that said. I missed it. Arthur, I need to get something to drink. You're still laid up against me all snuggled, aren't you? My elbow's not bothering you? No. Good. I'm surprised my elbow's not bothering little Arthur laying right there. Yes, hello. See, I also don't have it on all messages. I think I still have it on top chat too. That might be why I didn't see Mr. Mac. I wonder how many more beads do I have down here. Let's take a peek. We'll get on this side of me. Hello? Is that all I have left? Oh, well, great. We'll just finish these and then I'll end, because this is all I have left to crochet until I string more. So that's great. Perfect. I just need to find the proper end and use it. Well, good. I'm pretty sure, let me check what section I'm on. I think I was on rows 16 through 20, and I think, I can't remember how many rows there are. Yeah, 16 through 20, and there are how many rows total? 37. So I have, yeah, 3 more sections after this to string up. So that's exciting. I really am halfway done now. These beads would slide this way. Okay. Nope, yeah, there we go. I got him, Boogie. Boogie is Arthur, by the way, in case no one knows what I'm talking to. It's Arthur. Arthur is also named Booger, Boogart, Booger Butt. What are your other names? Arthie, Monkey. You're a monkey. You got lots of names, Arthur. Yeah, you do. Still, I looked for his bow ties the other day and I didn't see them, and I'm confused where I have put his little bow ties at. Because he has a certain collar, and one of them has a bow tie on it, and then he also has like removable bow ties. And one of them's like a little old man, like a plaid little old man bow tie. It's so funny when he wears it. Ow. I know. Oh, you can hear him huffing and puffing. Yeah. Oh. Doing laundry or working around the house. Oh, good. That's what I was doing this morning. I was cleaning up this living room. And now when I get off of here, I really need to clean in the kitchen a little bit before Mackie gets home later. I got a couple dishes to do. Need to clean the counters. But I cleaned the living room up all nice, so I'm glad I did that before stream. And I try to focus on like a few rooms or a room or something like that, so I don't get overwhelmed. Because I get overwhelmed easily by cleaning. Yes. That I need to all of us, right? Yeah. Mac calls him Booger Butt mostly. I hated it when he started calling him Booger. I was like, don't you dare call my son that. Anyway, he finally, I don't know, eventually I started doing it too. I was like, dang it. Because I always called you Monkey, didn't I? Yeah, and I still do. You're still my little monkey. Because you're so silly. Arthur, I need to brush your little teeth and give you a bath. He needs a spa day. He needs a nail trim, which it's been so hot that it's been kind of a problem because we do it outside because we do the grinder. So we don't just clip them. So it's messy. So we like to do it outside, of course, and it smells. And so we haven't really done it because it's been so freaking hot. And so we need to do it. And we need to give him a bath. I need to give him a bath. I might give you one today. And then, what else do you need? Your teeth brush. There you go. Yeah. She is. She was sassy. Oh, I bet she was. Because her mama's sassy, so I bet. Little sassafras. I call them little sassafrasses too, because they are little sassafrasses. You are little sassafrasses. I'm just glad you're getting along with the kitty. I know you're a little jealous sometimes, but Mommy always comes and snuggles you after, doesn't she? Make sure you know you still number one, aren't you? It was your house first. Yes. But little one's right next to you, though, isn't he? I don't love him any less. No. But it's still your house first. That's right. But the cat has his own space, and Arthur has his own space, so it's good. The house is big enough for you guys to escape each other when you want to. How are you? I'm doing all right, Winsome. Doing all right. I can't believe how fast the nails grow. I know. They really do. I always thought it was crazy because I only ever had like outside dogs growing up on the farm. And we never had to cut their nails except for when Sonny, our dog, got really, really old. And then we needed to cut his nails because he just wasn't doing as much. But that was the first time I ever even knew you had to cut a dog's nails. And then when I got a little dog, then I found out, oh. And they just, I don't know. I have to cut them all the time, you know. And he hates it. We have to give him like trazodone, or I don't know, something like that, some kind of anxiety medication, and it sometimes helps a little, but we need to ask for something different because we gave it to him the other day to try to do him, and it was like we didn't give him anything. So it's a very low dose. It's like the first thing we've ever tried, but I think I want to try something else because he wiggles. He's a wiggle worm. Yeah, he wiggle worm. You know, squirmy, squirmy, squirm. I remember when my grandma went to hold him, I was like, he's a wiggle worm. You gotta be careful. And I like, thankfully he was smaller then, because nowadays I wouldn't hand him to her because Lord have mercy, he's too strong. But see, I said, see how I got country when I said something about my grandma? I said, Lord have mercy. Can't help it. It just happens. It just happens, doesn't it, Arthur? I just get real country. I'm even worse when I actually talk to him. Oh my God. My husband's like, what? Where did that, what? I'm like, I don't know. It just comes out. Okay, why is that a news story? George Clooney bans cell phones at his home. Okay. Like what? Why is that a news story? I mean, I'm not hearing it, but like I don't get the point. Why do we need to know that? All right. Ooh. Okay. I was checking to see if the beads were still lining up. They are. But this one extends out a little bit. Oops, that's 2 loops, not just 1 loop. MJ's back. Well, that wasn't too long. It's a pretty quick little trip, wasn't it? Do that. Get something to drink. Coffee will work. Aww. We have considered, and we might start taking Arthur somewhere to get his nails done because we know it's not that expensive, especially just to get a nail trim. But we just never have. But he thankfully doesn't have to be groomed because he's a Chihuahua, you know, and he doesn't have long hair or anything. He just needs his baths, and I bathe him, and I usually bathe him in Dawn, to be honest, because it seems to leave their fur softer. Not the spray kind. Don't use that. It's got alcohol in it. Regular Dawn. And, you know, they use it on baby ducks, and if it's good enough for baby ducks, it's good enough for my baby boy. So, I've used dog shampoo, and it doesn't leave them as soft, usually, as the Dawn does. So, I don't know. At least my dogs anyway. The vet's office charged $11 for a trim, and I only have to see. Yeah, I know. It's like, that's what I was saying. I was like, I know it's literally like between like 10 to 15 bucks probably, but we just never have. And I think there is a grooming place in town. I think, if it's still there, if it hasn't moved. Because my grandparents used to take their dog to the groomer because they have a Shih Tzu. They still do. But the lady who did it retired, sort of, but she still did it for them. At her house, so I don't know if she would like take me. I don't want to ask her to like take me on, but since she's like retired and stuff, she just kind of does it for them to be nice, I think. But yeah, so I don't know, because they still do have a little Shih Tzu, and it's so sweet. Their little dog, my grandparents' dog, is the sweetest, and she's like the most perfect dog for them, you guys. Like, I was really worried when they were like 90 getting a new puppy. Okay, I think we all would be, but she is just the most well-behaved. She doesn't run away. She doesn't even need a leash, but she just stays with him every time he calls. She comes. If for some reason she can't hear him, he'll tap his cane on this little metal pole. She comes running, and she never, like, their old dog used to come visit me at my house sometimes because I'm next door. This one never does that. Never. She always stays in their yard. She's always well behaved. When she goes to visit Grandma at the facility, man, she'll lay right there. Nobody has to hold her leash. She just lays right there with Grandma like she knows what she's there for. It is the sweetest thing. She is the perfect dog for them. Perfect. Oh, bye, Ms. Rivera. I hope you have a safe trip, too. Bring her up there and sit in the hot car. Oh, no, MJ, I'm sorry. I know what that's like to not have the AC. Oh, no. I know what that's like. I'm so sorry. Matt keeps saying, I'm so glad. I love this air conditioning because we didn't have air conditioning for a while. So we feel you on that. Oh, love you too, Ms. Rivera. Good. I'm glad you're so close by. Not a long drive home. My poor Mackie has to drive an hour home and an hour there every day. I wish we didn't live so far away, but, you know, I also don't want to live that close to the airport anyway, so. Oh boy. The high today is only 89 degrees. We're going to go outside in a minute, Arthur. It's only 80 degrees out there. It might be humid, but I don't know what the humidity is. That's the only thing. It's supposed to storm tonight. Ooh, I gotta watch this. Okay, never mind, I'm good. Trying to make sure I could go to work tomorrow. Walk to work tomorrow. I can. I sure can. It's not gonna rain until after I'm coming home. I mean, I walk in the rain sometimes, but obviously not in a thunderstorm. My husband the other day was like something about, why not? And I was like, I don't want to be struck by, you want me to be struck by lightning? I was like, honey, think about this. He was not thinking. It's gross out. I bet it is gross out. I give Coco a bath, but she goes and gets her nails cut because she will not let us do it. She's a brat. Oh, yeah. I'm afraid. Oh no, I don't know how he would react to someone else doing it is the only thing. Like he'll either be on his best behavior or he'll be even worse. I just don't know which one it'll be. He might be on his best behavior because he's that way for the doctor usually. But then also one time we gave him to the vet, and what they do is they check him out and then they take him in the back and get his little stool sample and stuff and give him a shot or get his blood, and not shot, blood. And then so they do that back in the back, and they took him back, and immediately he went, ow! And we were like, me and Mac looked at each other like, was that our boy? And they said, we haven't even touched him yet. And then they said, when we actually did take his blood, he was actually very good. He didn't yelp or cry at all. And anyway, he was just like freaked out, I guess, because they took him away from us. But yeah, you've never really been taken away from Mommy and Daddy by a stranger, have you? No, only by your grandma and grandpa when we go on vacation. You go stay with them. Yeah. Maybe we can go on a late fall vacation and your grandparents can watch you. They would probably like that. Yeah. Oh. Papa Ray was the sweetest little girl ever. I miss her so much. Aw, they're taking a bath. She's gonna get groomed. They put 2 bows on her. Aw, they did that for my grandma's dog the other day. I wonder if Grandpa had told them that she was going to go see her mama. And they put the cutest little bow on her. And Grandpa was like, look at that bow on her. It was sweet. I was glad they did because it made her extra special for Grandma. But I swear that dog is so perfect for them. Because I was worried about them having a puppy. I was like, man, that's going to be a lot. But nope, they had it. That's only the second like inside dog they've ever had, because growing up we never would have thought they would have had a pet inside. That just was not something my grandma would have ever had. But one day Grandma got her a dog when we were younger. We're like, okay, cool. And she loved him to death. Little Susie and now little Jody. I don't know where she gets the names from, but you know. She didn't have a daughter, so I guess she's naming her dogs her daughter's names. Hi, Carrie. How are you? Let's see, how many more beads do I have left? Just a couple. Probably 30 more. We'll finish this up before I go. That way I'll be all ready to string new ones when I get off of here. Although we are going to go potty first. And then you might stay, and I might bring my beads outside and string them outside. I don't know. We'll see, Arthur. See how warm it is out there. If it's really humid, maybe not. Maybe we'll just go for a little walk. Aw, thank you, Carrie. Thank you. I hope you're having a good day. So let's see, it's Thursday, and I have 3 more sections left. I think that this bag will be definitely, I would say it would definitely be done by Wednesday of next week, but it may be done before. It just depends on how much time I have this weekend, because I think we're having company over. So, oh crap, I didn't think about that when I just told my mom I'd come over on Saturday, and I don't think I can. Or maybe I can for a little bit. It depends on, I don't know, what I get done today, I guess. Because I need to do some stuff before the company comes over. Make sure they have sheets and everything cleaned. I mean, no, I have some, but I need to double check and make sure I don't have I don't know. I just need to make sure I got everything ready for them to spend the night. You know how it is, you know, you have somebody come over, you got to make sure everything's all nice for them. So, and I'm not 100% sure if they're coming. I think they are. I kind of get annoyed because I'm like, let me know. Yes, no. So I can either prep or not. But yeah, so I'm thinking it'll be done by Wednesday. Hopefully either way, if the guest comes or not, you know. Because it's not really my guest. It's more so my husband's guest. So really he's going to be occupying them more than me. But it might also be kind of hard to count when they're here and talking and stuff. So I don't know. I could go upstairs, but it's hot up there. Is this supposed to? Yeah, I guess so. I was like, this looks funny, but I think it's supposed to be. No, wait. Okay. All right. Yeah. Just checking, making sure my pattern's good. Excuse me. I am working on another one of these beaded bags. So this is the first one. So all these are little beads. And then I'm making the same one, but in blue this time. Thank you, Carrie. I appreciate it. I hope you have a good rest of your day. That is 89. Also reach 100 today and tomorrow. Yes. I think 89 is our high today, which is wild because that's pretty low for recently. It was 97 the other day. And the car read like 101 or something, but it was 97, I think. And the heat index has been crazy. And sometimes the humidity. But I think humidity today and tomorrow is kind of going to suck because the rain is coming. But oh well. Might be a not so fun walk. To work will be fine. On the way home might not be so fun. But I have like a little fan that I use, and that helps a lot. Like I have a hand fan, and then I have like an automatic little fan, and they help. But it's good for me to walk. I like to be able to walk because it's good exercise. And I enjoy the nature because I get to walk through the woods too a little bit, so that's always nice. I saw a white albino deer the other day walking through the woods, you guys. I think I told you that, but it was not very big. It was little. It was kind of medium, slightly large baby. But I thought it was a dog at first because it was white, and then it hopped away, and I said, that's not a dog. But it was beautiful. And I know they're not good for the other deer. And so eventually, if somebody does see it when it gets older, it may not be around for that long. But because it's bad for the herd to breed the white deer, you don't want that because their genetics are not good. And it can endanger the rest of the deer, basically. But it's a baby, so we're going to let him chill. Can't kill a baby. He's not a threat yet anyway. But they're beautiful. That's not the first one we've seen around here. We've seen another one in the past, but I had never actually seen one in real life. I wish I was able to get a picture of it, but unfortunately I wasn't. Now that looks a little funny to me, but I think it's fine because the swirl is going back this way, just over one bead, and I think it's supposed to be over one bead. I get paranoid when things like this happen. Hold on, wait a minute. See how it's like going over like that? I'm like, wait a minute. But it's going back this way, so is it supposed to be like that? Everything else looks lined up, right? So if that was moved over this way, everything else would be moved over this way, and that would make everything else not be lined up, correct? Correct. I'm trying to make sure there's no holes anywhere. It's also really hard to tell. Sometimes you kind of have to look at it backwards. But I'm not seeing any other problems or any other, no. Okay. All right, I'll keep going, and I'll double check before I string up the rest of the beads too, but I think it's fine because I don't see any other gaps or holes. All right. It could be something wrong though. I'm not 100% convinced that it's not. I only got this many to do, so I'm gonna do them and see what that looks like, and then if I still don't like the way it looks, I can go back and change it. Because I gotta cut the yarn in a minute anyway. So it wouldn't be hard to count these, go back, count these beads and fix those two and turn them blue. Because I don't like the way it looks right now. I did check most of the beads when I went back through, when I had those 10 that were wrong, that were supposed to be blue and they were white. I did go back through and check, and the end of that thing was all correct. I didn't have any errors other than that, but this end could have an error in it because it was the opposite end. So I will check it against the pattern when I'm done in a minute and double check. Niece and their families coming over this weekend do the same thing. Yes, exactly. I think most women are that way with the company coming over. Men, not quite as much. Like my husband's like, whatever, it's fine. Unless it's his mama coming over, then he's more like, I'll help her. I mean, no, he'll always help. Don't get me wrong. My husband will always help, especially if it's his guest. And I say like, hey, can you do the vacuuming? Or, hey, could you help me finish the dishes? Or something like that. I don't ask much of it. Or clean the toilet. That's his job, clean the toilet. He cleans the toilet and the shower. Those are his 2 house cleaning duties. He does do his own laundry. Thankful for that. I do it on occasion, but most of the time he does his own laundry. But other than that, I do everything. So I do ask him on rare occasion when it's his guests coming over to do a few things, but it's usually a toilet and a vacuum kind of situation, and he doesn't mind vacuuming, so. Hey, Victoria, how are you? Hey! Juanita, how are you doing? What's going on? Let's see. Yeah, let me see. 1, 2. Yeah, because if I put 3 beads here, that'll move that. And I'm starting to think I did do something funky with it, but I'm glad it's right there. It's so close to the end that it's not a big deal, so that's really good. If there is a mistake, it's going to be semi-easy to fix, I think. So I just got to make sure I keep the bead count correct. Put the same number in that I took out, kind of thing, because if not, I'll throw the design off more. And I didn't want to do that. Aw. Well, I'm glad you got that appealed though. But I understand, because I guess if you get like isn't it like if you get a 3rd strike, you're out kind of thing, right? Like you're permanently banded. I think that's how it works. I'm pretty sure, because I know a lady that got banned one time, but then she got in trouble for ban evasion, which was a whole nother thing. Yeah, she still has a YouTube channel. Still goes live on rare occasion. I guess YouTube gave up on trying to get her out of here. 3 strikes, you're out. Yeah, but I think other people help her and make her accounts with different emails, and that's how come she can get around it sometimes. I don't know though, I'm just guessing. I've heard her say something about other people making accounts. Her moderators. Yeah, something's up with this. I got a feeling something just looks slightly off, and it looks off by about 2 beads, and so that's why I'm thinking something's up. Wonder if I stuck 2 beads in where I shouldn't have instead of, I don't know. I'm just gonna look at it against the pattern and see if it's wrong. I'm kind of hoping that it is, and it's wrong right there, so that I can just fix it, because if it's not, then I'll be more confused and think that I skipped a spot somewhere. But I can, sometimes you can like look in here and sort of see if you skipped a spot, but it's not easy. Because once you skip it, it almost like disappears because it's tiny. But I'm not seeing anything yet. It looks like I would have skipped anything. Yeah, I don't know. I'll check it out in a little bit. But you crocheted a placemat. Cool. I saw Vima has a tablecloth pattern, you guys. That interests me. I need to check out the video for it and see like if she has it where you can like, I mean, I guess you would just like chain to the width you want basically, but if you can like adapt it to different sizes, because I have sort of a uniquely sized vintage, not vintage, antique table, and that was my great grandparents, and I'd love to crochet a table cover for it. I just have to think about what color. I have one for almost every time of the year except for summer, so it would be something bright because summertime. But and I'd have to think about what kind of yarn I'd want on a table. I guess cotton. I don't want to, but probably cotton. I don't know, that's a thought. But Vima does have that if you're interested. Yeah, that'd be great. I'd love to see it. Yeah. Yeah, you guys, if you have things you're working on, I'd love to see pictures in the community tab. But yeah, so let me show you guys our progress for today. And then I still get confused because it looks like the other bag, but it doesn't look like the other bag, if that makes sense, because I don't like it. It looks like it, but it doesn't look like it. I don't know how to explain it. It looks similar, but it's also because this bag is done at a different angle. So I'm like, is that the way it's supposed to? Yeah, that looks more similar. Okay, so if I hold it up like this, and then I hold this one up like this one is so bright, the light. But then it kind of sort of starts, no, I see that swirl, and I see that swirl, and I see that swirl. And then I guess that is that, and that is that. But they look so crooked. I don't know. As long as they all line up, I'm happy, you know? I'm just confused because it looks different than that one, and I'm like, which one's right? I don't know. Like I said, as long as they all line up, this is all that matters to me. I'm learning, okay? Ooh, Hobby Lobby has, that's right, they do have a softer cotton. I love this cotton. And I looked at it, dang it, my Hobby Lobby order's coming on Saturday, darn it. Why can't it come later so I could have added more crap to it? I got some acrylic, but I didn't get any cotton. Or I did, but it's really thin. Next time I order it, I'll have to look at the cotton and see. There's got to be something I can pick for a summery tablecloth. That's going to take a while because it's going to be like a blanket. But it would be cool though. I don't know if I'd want it to like cover the whole table, or do I want to like make it like a diamondy shape to go like and leave the corners. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Because my table's like it's not a square, it's more of a rectangle. But it's not a very long rectangle. It's kind of a shorter I don't know. I don't think. But I just thought it was cool she had a tablecloth thing. Aww. Your kitty. My kitty's over there sleeping. Oh, you'll have to go back to the beginning of the stream when I upload it, Juanita, because my kitty cat was here. My kitty cat made an appearance. He was here for like the first few minutes. The little one was here snuggling with me. But yeah, and I gotta work on the cow still. That's one of my 3 projects I gotta work on is the cow. It's like this, but lighter pink. And also, I want to redo this because I didn't make the strap pink. It was supposed to be pink like the strawberry. Or I like it better when it's pink like the strawberry, and it's not. He's got pretty hot pink eyes, though. They glow in the dark. They're not glittery, but they glow in the dark, so that's cool. I also really like this little hippo because of the whites around his eyes make him look really cute. It looks kind of sad, but also just kind of innocent, you know. I like it. All right, you guys, I'm gonna go here, take little Arthur out, and then figure out what is going on with this purse. I'm gonna check my bead count because so far every time I've checked it, it's been right. So I don't know. We will look at it and see what's going on and maybe fix those few beads that I didn't like the way it looked. And then I will, is this that spot? There's the spot. And then I will string up some more and hopefully finish it sometime soon, depending on what other projects that I start in the next few days, because I want to get some orders out too. See, Ivy's umbrella. She crochet her fast live. No, I don't think that I did, but I would love to. I think those are so beautiful, like the parasols and the umbrellas. Those are so beautiful. I have to go look because those are gorgeous. I think those are so cool. I don't even like attaching it is like, I'm like, how do you do that? But that's so cool. I have to look at it. She's a very talented woman. All right. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day and a wonderful weekend and all that stuff because I probably won't be streaming on Saturday. So I will see you guys if you're in Miss Angie's live on Saturday though. And might see you around on these little YouTube streets, you know. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great weekend and be safe and stay cool and stay dry and all that good stuff. Okay, see you guys later. Bye.